Welcome to the Get Offset podcast. My name is Emily, and I'm here today with my band, Sundae Crush. Hello, Sundae Crush. Beautiful Sundae Crush.
Hello, hello.
This is Jenna.
Hello.
Jenna is the singer. This is Isaac.
Hello.
Isaac is the bassist. And this is Dan.
Howdy.
Dan is the drummer. I'd like to remind my band, look directly into that. Or look directly into that.
Oh.
Fantastic. Before we get started, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/getoffset. Thank you to Holly for being our newest Patreon supporter. I'm going to get you some information soon about our super secret Discord server and your options for merch, because Holly joined at the $10 level, which means Holly gets one merch item of Holly's choice.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And you can also join our Patreon. And at the $5 level, you get access to our Discord server. At the $10 level, you get merch. And we are so close to hitting a stretch goal. That means Andrew will do some sort of thrash metal cover of a Wiggle song. Andrew's obviously not here.
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know about this.
No, I didn't know
Yes, it's
about
pretty
this.
exciting. It's pretty exciting, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Which Wiggle song is
Well, he does not know yet. I don't know any Wiggle songs.
I don't either.
Yes, Andrew has child, so Andrew has knows the Wiggles a little bit better. What else? We have merch at getoffsetpodcast.com/shop. And we really appreciate it when you like, comment, subscribe, leave a review on iTunes or Apple Podcasts. It really, really helps us out, and we appreciate that. It's a great free way to support this show and this demo channel. Woo! I did it at the top.
Yeah.
I never do it at the top. I'm the worst at doing it at the top. Fantastic.
Well, today you're great at it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. It's what happens when I'm not distracted by Andrew. All right. And we have my wonderful assistant behind the camera, my husband, Rick. He's not going to be seen. He's actually, what's funny is Rick is wearing his Music City Roots shirt, and he used to run camera at Music City Roots, and here he is running camera for me right now. He did not put that together, I don't think, or he picked it on purpose. Which was it, Rick? The former. He had no idea. No clue.
What would you do if you looked outside and you saw Andrew right now? He was here just to distract you.
It's like the angry neighbor.
How the hell did you know where we were?
Too much noise,
He's
all
just
this
been
talking.
standing there silently. Yeah.
Yeah. This is my band Sundae Crush, and what you just heard was a reference to something that happened.
Oh my gosh.
It was pretty early in our tenure as a band, I think.
Yes, it was.
With this current iteration. So Dan and I joined the band in July 2019?
2019?
Yeah, 2019.
Yes.
Wow. We really only had a couple months before COVID.
Yeah,
I feel like we did so much.
We did.
I know. We did a lot.
That's like why it
Hold
was
that
so
closer,
weird.
yeah.
Oh, that's why it was so weird. I don't know. We got in such a good flow, and then everything changed.
Yeah.
Everything changed, and it was awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, like right around, it was that summer for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
it might have been like early fall. It was maybe like less than a month into you joining, I want to say.
Yeah. So our rehearsal space is in Jenna and Isaac's backyard, and is that okay that I said that?
Yeah.
Okay. We should be taking notes like, this moment, Emily fucked up. And need to erase that.
Their address is.
Oh, God, yeah.
Their addresses.
It's beep.
Yeah, it's so we were just playing our music at a normal time, like 7 o'clock
Yeah,
or so.
7, yeah.
Yeah.
And someone comes up and is just kind of putzing around, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
putzing.
angriest face, because I was just like singing, and then I looked up and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
This is a very angry looking person looking
Yeah.
right at
Oh,
me.
and we kept playing for a
We
while.
kept playing for a
We kept-
second,
they were
and
just in
because
the
I was like
doorway.
processing it, I was like, what?
We also weren't really, the person wasn't saying anything, just glaring at us hatefully while we're just like playing our happy little indie pop songs.
So we were all looking around at each other like,
Does somebody know this person?
why are they here? And then we finally stopped, and she was like, are you going to play after 9 p.m. again tonight? And we were like, it's 7 and we don't know what you're talking about. She's like, well,
Again.
somebody was out here the other day and they were playing until 9:30 and it's not okay. And we were like, well,
Keep
it
in
wasn't
mind,
us.
the city ordinance is actually 10 p.m.
Yeah, that also.
That
In this
also.
neighborhood.
Just the whole city, but this neighborhood.
Yeah, except
neighborhood.
this neighbor.
Except this
exactly.
neighbor. And also the rule is if it can't be more than 55 decibels at the place of complaint.
Yeah, which it definitely isn't. They were like across the alley from us, and it was again it was like
They
7.
were back there. They weren't over there.
No,
Yeah, they were
they were
back here.
across.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so like no, they just came out here because I guess our roommates had a band practice that ran a little bit late, and we were just like shocked. It was just all this like fury, all just directed towards us out of nowhere.
We were
Yeah.
like, you are not mad at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not our problem.
This was not us. And she's like, well, but you know who it was. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
And I think I said
Really?
yeah, I'll talk to them calmly about it.
And she's like, well, it's just a neighborhood. And I'm like, it's summer. Your kids are not in school. And I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that happened, but you do not need to be like this mean. You can just calmly explain the situation. It's going to get you a lot farther.
Yeah, totally.
I just thought it was a fan.
Yeah, I thought it was just someone.
An
I was like,
angry
this is kind
fan.
of cool. They're just
She was just
playing the
standing out
jokes.
there until I saw her face. I thought that person was just vibing,
And then I saw her face.
and she was
she was
very
not vibing.
mad. She was not vibing.
She did not believe.
Not a doubt in my mind. She's in hate. Ooh.
She is a hater.
It wasn't 9:30. It was 7. 2 days later.
She wasn't a believer. She was a hater. I couldn't change her if I tried.
You're gonna get a copyright strike. We're singing it too perfectly.
Oh, I know. I mean, I've gotten copyright songs for playing my own damn songs and demos, but I've never
dang.
gotten a copyright violation for playing anybody else's song in a demo.
No, covers seem to be okay on YouTube. Like
Yeah.
far and wide. I mean, as long as you're not taking a direct sample, because robots are just looking at it and like they're not going to look at like, oh, what chords did you play? They're going to look at like, was it our song or not?
Yeah, and there are actually humans that do it too.
Yeah.
More than any of those PROs or publishing houses would admit. Humans listening to the radio in a dark room all day, writing down the songs they recognize, trying to pay out that money for the BMI.
They sound like vampires.
Oh God, that has to be such an intern job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe people still do it. I hope that it's not as much, but machines can't always get it because radio stations like to speed up the songs just a little bit so they can get more songs
Yeah.
in between commercials.
I didn't know that.
Yep,
Wow.
it's true, isn't it? Isn't it true, Rick?
Yeah, it freaked me out when I was a kid.
It freaked him out when he was a kid.
Wow.
Yeah, nice. That was a great story, friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. Oh my gosh, she was so mad.
It was, yeah, I was shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that make y'all feel? Like having that probably be in the first 3 or 4 practices you had with us, have that happen.
I hope that doesn't happen again.
There's nothing better, I feel like, than misdirected hatred.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I don't.
I've said this to people like on the street when I was like biking. I would say, you're not mad at me. You're just mad at like their traffic existing. Like you're
Yeah.
mad at the city for not making the traffic better. You're mad at yourself for being stuck in a car at this time and like leaving work at the moment you left work. Like you're not mad at me.
Yeah, it's like when you're talking to a cop and you haven't done anything wrong.
Oh yeah, they're just mad at the world.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like, you got nothing on me.
Or like when you encounter a wasp and those things were born mad.
That
Some
is
people are
true.
just born mad.
Our next album, Born Mad.
Born mad.
Born Mad by Sundae Crush.
Yeah, kind of like it.
That's not a bad. That's not bad. That's a pretty good
I
title.
know, yeah.
Shit.
What was the other one that you were thinking of when you were in Texas? It was something that you said to me like in Facebook Messenger, where you said like come the fuck on, y'all, or something like that. It was like some statement where it was just
I don't know.
it was just calling people out for not caring enough.
Yeah.
Born mad.
Yeah. So as a band, we released an album during the pandemic, and that was an experience.
That was an experience.
An experience.
Because I was like wondering, like, how do you really promote a record if you can't tour? And as it turns out, it's really hard.
Yeah, very hard.
Yeah. We got some good press, though. My favorite journalist said some lovely things about you.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that really got me the most was probably just all the shortages and just like all the delays.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it used to be, I remember when vinyl started making a resurgence, and it was really only URP in Nashville that was, like, had capacity to do a lot of vinyl records because they never destroyed their machine and they never really stopped making vinyl. But then everyone, I would hear them talk like, oh God, it takes 3 months to press vinyl. And now it takes 8 months.
Yeah.
so long.
It was 6 months when we put in the order. Like, that was the estimate, and it turned out being a lot longer.
We still don't have cassettes.
We actually canceled the order for cassettes because it
like got lost and
they weren't responding.
Something happened. Yeah, it was.
Actually, we should talk to Kay from Den Tapes, because Kay from Den Tapes, she still gets Kay has a bunch of oh my gosh, sources
Gotcha.
for cassette tapes.
Sources.
Yes, and I asked Kay in person when I saw him at Sonic Boom for Record Store Day, where I also saw exactly 1 copy left of our record, which means people were buying it.
Yeah.
And I got some names, and then I immediately forgot them.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that entered the brain, and then it just evaporated.
Yeah. I was talking to like my cousin the other day, and just like I was like, I know you told me this before, but you know my storage is not gonna handle that. It's just like anything that like I don't need to remember, it just exits.
Yes, names of humans, names of places that press cassette tapes.
Yeah.
I guess it's like copying cassette tapes technically still.
Oh, like duplicating. Yeah.
Duplication, because vinyl. Have y'all ever actually seen vinyl get made?
I've seen it, like, I don't know, like I've seen like a YouTube video on it or something at some point, I'm sure.
United Record Pressing in Nashville used to do tours, and I think it sucks they don't do them anymore. But you could actually go, and you would be in the room while they were pressing the vinyl. So it was literally like a hockey puck sized piece of polyvinyl chloride, and sometimes they were different colors, like, and you could see the pucks, and you could see everything that they could like put into the pucks, and then they would put them on the machine one by one. Bless you, Dan. Thank you for doing that off the microphone. And they would just heat it up, and it would just go down. It was literally pressing it like a panini.
That's cool. I'd always love to like tour one day.
Yeah, we
I've never
should.
had the opportunity.
I want to tour everything.
Yes. I want to tour the place where they make widgets. Just every widget ever. I want to see it get made.
Pop Socket. The Pop Socket factory.
That'd be so fun.
I love
To
pop sockets.
just like mess with them.
The bass drum factory.
The guitar factory.
The guitar luthier. Like, there's just one. There isn't a guitar factory. It's just one old guy who carves them himself.
They're definitely guitar factories.
No, they're
No. Not what I heard.
No, they're all made by hand by one person.
Every company has a luthier, and they have like a luthier's meeting. It's like a grand council kind of thing.
Okay, so the guitars you make are going to be $200, and the guitars you make are going to be $8,000.
That's what it feels like sometimes when you just like don't know that behind the scenes. You're just like, how did you get here?
How are you this expensive, and how are you that cheap? And yet still so good.
So you've been promoted to head luthier, but unfortunately it's for Squire.
Aww. They actually have head luthier, like head guitar builders.
No,
yeah.
I have nothing against Squire. I'm just imagining.
I'm just over there looking at your Squire.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I love Squires. All I'm saying is I just imagine
you have 3 Squires right now.
I know, I love them.
Jenna has 1 Squire.
Wait, you have 3?
Well, I'm borrowing the 6-string from.
A bass 6.
Okay, right. Okay.
But like, imagine there's one person who's spending just as much time making an instrument next to you, and theirs is worth like 40 times yours.
Imagine.
I made another Squire Stratocaster. Cool. I made a big thing out of a 200-year-old tree. I don't know.
Well, guess which one's going to get played more?
The Squire.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot more. Like, people, like, just stop shitting on cheap guitars. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're watching this video, you probably already know I have an affinity for cheap guitars. My God, when I play like a $2,500 guitar, though, like the Music Man Stingray RS, I got to borrow from Ernie Ball. Oh my God. It was such a beautiful experience. It was like going to a really nice restaurant, even though you're perfectly happy with and totally accustomed to like mid-level restaurants. Not like McDonald's, but like even like you're like, oh yeah, I can eat a Dick Burger and be that's a chain in Seattle. I can go get a bag of Dicks and be like really happy. I can be so happy with a bag of Dicks. But man, when you eat like last night I had a duck confit. Our neighbor took us out and treated us to a very nice meal, which was really generous of him. Thank you, Clark and Jennifer. I had duck confit, which is one of the less expensive things on the menu at the place they took us. And I was like, oh my God. I'm actually glad I don't eat like that all the time, because it's nice to have that experience where every once in a while you treat yourself. It's more meaningful. And I feel the same way about really nice guitars.
Yeah, totally.
Like I never want to like play a perfectly well-built Squire and think this sucks. Totally. Like, unless it actually sucks. Like, I just want to be like, oh, well, it's just not the same as my, like, $8,000 whatever.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that you're probably going to take the Squire on tour if you're just like traveling a lot.
You don't want your $8,000 guitar getting stolen.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell no.
So at that point, like, why even have it? I mean, like I think
studio musicians.
for
studio
studios,
is good.
Yeah.
If you're a certain level and there's a certain level of security
Totally.
about it. But I also think about like Wendy Melvoin, who played guitar for Prince. Like, you would think that she would have some security, and then both of her purple Rickenbackers from the movie Purple Rain got stolen out of the back of their car in the late 80s.
Yeah. It happens. I feel like it happens so often.
It's like when we went to Texas, I just brought that parts caster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring something that it's just gonna break.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If it breaks, like, you can fix it. If it's stolen and priceless.
No, totally.
Yeah.
I feel like letting somebody steal like a guitar that just I'm not saying your parts caster is this, but I'm even imagining if you had like a worse guitar, just like a really, really bare bones one, and then somebody steals it. It reminds me of like those videos where somebody steals a bike and then like they've tied a rope to it, so you just see them like fly over the handlebars as they're riding away. It's
actually illegal to booby trap things.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
So no, it's totally illegal. It's booby trapping is illegal. It's like you're not gonna go to prison for like having a string on a dollar bill and pulling it away from the side. But if you actually hurt somebody, like because you booby trapped a bicycle, you're putting yourself at a lot of risk.
Yeah.
What's really common is, have any of you've worked in an office, Dan?
It's true.
Have you worked in an office?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
How many times has your lunch been stolen out of the fridge in the office?
0 times, actually.
It's happened to me a couple times. Happened to Dan once. But some people, it happens so much that they proceed to booby trap their food. And sometimes if they think they know who is stealing their food, they either make it very spicy or include an ingredient to which the person is allergic.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
And they've been sued for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like in some places, someone breaks into your house, you shoot them, and you get sued somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't shoot people.
Yeah,
But you also shouldn't break into people's houses.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's like fuck around and find out.
No, it definitely that's the thing, right? And that's the thing with somebody stealing your lunch and then getting sick from eating it or finding out it's too spicy. It's fuck around and find out.
No one will feel bad for you for doing that, but somehow you still have a legal recourse.
But you're entitled to financial compensation.
But how would you even booby trap a guitar?
You put a mouse trap in it. I don't know. They just strum it and a big old mouse trap comes down and slaps their hand.
Just really fuck up the electronics and make them get shocked.
Yeah.
Like, yes. But like their guitars that like it's hard to steal vintage instruments at the same time because
Yeah.
they're so hard to sell. Like if you steal a Stratocaster, like if someone stole like a famous guitar, it'd be really hard to sell it. Like when Layla from Tunatone had her prototype guitar stolen, the pawn shop that bought it paid $20 for it, and it was immediately recovered the moment it hit the floor.
Wow.
And Kathleen Edwards up in Canada, she had some vintage guitars that she had played across the world. So people knew there were so many documented photos of these guitars with like the scratches in them and the checking on the front, the dings. Those are all like fingerprints for vintage guitars. So when her guitar got stolen out of her house, she did this big post like, you cannot sell these guitars. You cannot play these guitars out. People will ask questions. And like a year or so later, someone apparently couldn't sell them, couldn't play them out, left them in a park in a bag, and someone recovered them and recognized them and contacted Kathleen, and she had them back within the day.
Yeah.
And I assume, I have to assume they got a really nice gift card for her coffee shop that she owns.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I hope. Oh, wouldn't that be so great? You find someone's guitars and you get a bunch of free coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, the dream.
Yeah, my guitar got stolen once out of my trunk, and then it was left at a apartment complex, and then I had like some Sundae Crush stuff, and so in the bag, and so someone contacted me that way.
Wow.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
great, honestly. That's
Yeah.
smart. I like to write my name under the pick guard.
Oh, nice.
So when someone opens it up, it'll say, if found, contact Emily Harris, Sundae Crush. All night,
cool.
boys, get offset podcast.
I like to imagine like doing that with like a full, like you stencil it, you know, so it's really fancy type.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
would look nice.
I should, if any of you want to help me do that.
Yeah, just get a stamp or something.
Yeah.
Oh, a stamp would be smart.
Totally.
I would like one of y'all, because you two are so, especially you two, no offense, Dan, are so graphically minded. I really want to design a sign that says, for my fence, I've told this to you already. I had another incident, viewers, where someone a FedEx person hurled a package over my fence. So now I just really want to get a sign that says, please do not hurl packages over the fence.
You should, for real.
I mean,
I can't believe it happened twice.
I'm sure it's happened more than twice. I've just caught it twice.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You
Now
should,
that you know.
you should booby trap that whole situation by putting a trampoline in there, so they throw it on and then it bounces out and it,
Yeah,
and
or
it hits
there's, like,
their,
some,
it hits
like,
their head like a little
Goalie
coconut.
that pops up.
Yeah, hire somebody really tall.
Rick, who's that basketball player that goes, no, 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 no? Kime Matumbo?
Yeah,
Yes. Just whoosh, no, 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 no.
yeah. Get him from the NBA.
Oh my gosh. How are we on time and battery, Rick?
6 minutes, 40 seconds.
Left. Okay, fantastic. But what about the battery?
Full.
Oh,
Ooh.
it was just that.
We're doing good.
Yes, we are doing great. I mean, when I plugged this in, I had charged a battery and put it in. And then I turn it on and it says the battery's almost dead. I'm like, no! The batteries are just gone. Like it's like you don't use a battery for a long time. It just like stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some battery problems with our VHS. Like, we were using it for like probably 10, 15 minutes, and it was like starting to like say that the battery was like about to die. And I was like, how? But then like later, it kept going for a long time. Like,
Wow.
I was like, oh, it was just maybe an
it's the
error.
meter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got like over 25 minutes of footage total. So it was like flashing for like 10 minutes straight. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna die. And
I was
it's
like, is it?
okay. Do you even know what you're saying?
Did it eventually die, or did
No,
you just finish?
actually, yeah, I just finished. Yeah, it never died.
We survived.
I was really surprised.
Wow! Congratulations.
Yeah,
Still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still on right now.
Yeah.
it's still going.
That's that.
Yeah.
Now we can't turn it off.
We can't. No.
It's
No, no.
haunted.
No.
Yeah, we look on there and there's a little like 2-bit like spray of him, and he does that as we try to turn it off.
One of y'all find a like a PNG GIF,
Yeah.
or like a transparent background GIF of what's his name again, Rick? Say it louder. Dikembe Mutombo. God, Rick, just...
Dikembe Mutombo.
Rick's do you like basketball?
No.
Do you like basketball?
I mean, I did when I was little, but I don't know, really.
I like it.
Dan's just shaking his head.
I like it better than some other sports. Like it's fun to watch because it's so fast.
I like women's basketball a lot more because I feel like there's less flopping.
Yeah.
Or whatever. They call it diving. And in hockey, it's diving. I think it's called flopping in other sports. I've always heard it diving.
It's when you like
pretend to be injured.
Oh.
Yeah. Like someone makes weird incidental contact with you and you're like, oh, my arm.
I love being dramatic.
Yeah. Or the neighbor across the alley comes and stands in the doorway and goes, ow.
Oh, my ears. Oh, it's 50 decibels. I'm like, yeah, but you're yelling at 75. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, a similar thing I like to do. It's not like for like exaggerating my injury, but it's pretending to be dumb. Just like if someone like is like talking or over explaining, like, huh?
I don't understand.
What? What is this?
There was a great tweet about like basically mansplain baiting. But just like if someone tries to start to like explain something to you that you understand, then you're just like, what?
No, that's exactly what I do every time. I'm just like, huh?
Jenna, the G chord, it's like this. It's like you can or cannot put the ring finger. It's really up to you. It just adds a nice character. You know what I mean?
I know, yeah. I had someone like explain my job to me before, and I was just like, huh?
That's the worst.
Oh my God. It's not like I do that every day.
It's not the thing that I get paid for. Pedalboard explaining is my favorite. Like, okay, just so you know, when you play a gig like that, eventually a sound guy's going to come up to you, or some guy's going to come up to you after a show after looking at your pedalboard and being like, you're supposed to run the delay at the end of the chain and not the beginning of the chain.
You say, you're supposed to not speak until spoken to.
You should say, though, what you really should say is, yeah, I have one at the end also.
Did you look?
Did you look? I have 3 delays on there.
Exactly.
Or if you count the one that's not plugged in and it's just Velcro to the side of the board, it's an emergency delay, okay? So, during the pandemic, Jenna picked up you got from like the Seattle Gear Swap a keyboard?
No, it's actually just a friend that was moving. I got a keyboard from a friend that was moving, and then at the last minute, the pedal board, I got this giant pedal board that was thrown in. It's very big.
It's gigantic.
And I've never had a pedal board before.
Yes. Well, we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But first, we're going to cut and then thank our sponsors. Let's clap.
I didn't clap.
I hope this all turns out. Now Dan has a mic. You want to check that mic, Dan?
I think it's working.
Yeah.
I think you need to check it more.
Doom Scott.
Ooh,
yo.
You are. I'm glad we checked because you clipped when you did that.
That's how I speak.
You speak aggressively.
Speaking.
Speak when spoken to.
Yeah, Dan was actually in a little timeout. That's why we silenced him.
He told too many drummer jokes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a dad joke, but worse.
Kept scratching his back with his drumsticks, and we were like,
ew, that's nasty.
Yeah, and he's like peeling and stuff. It was weird.
I'm peeling.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
We're all sunburned except for Dan.
Yeah.
Dan, are you sunburned?
I was. I'm better now.
Are you peeling?
I got better.
You're not peeling?
I'm a lot better.
Exactly. Thank you.
Better. Okay,
So
this
much
is definitely
better.
recording. So Jenna got this is, just so everyone can understand, I forget the name of this pedal board specifically, but it is indeed the biggest pedal train you can buy.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I didn't know
enormous. It's like the big boy that you see in a lot of churches.
Oh.
It's because she's from Texas.
Everything's bigger
Yeah.
from Texas.
Yeah, she's gonna go back to Texas and play in some churches.
So, when Jenna got this board, both our label boss JR from Donut Sounds, hey JR, and I, loaned Jenna a litany of pedals.
Yes. Yes, that was very helpful. I always felt overwhelmed, so it was good to just like have a bunch of things to test out.
Yeah, there really are a lot of things one can have. So in the pandemic, we also were doing some Twitch streams that were just you testing out pedals.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, we have highlight like videos of it on our YouTube channel, and yeah, it was really fun. Like, I hope anybody who maybe is more novice to trying out effects can feel inspired from it, because it is fun. You know, if you, I know that most people who are just trying stuff out don't have access to 40 pedals or 35 or however many we ended up borrowing in total. It was a lot.
It's a lot.
But what I'm saying is I hope that it can help you as you're maybe figuring out what different stuff does, because we like talk about it and play around with stuff. It was fun.
You get weird things and you play the things that you already play and just try to figure out, like, what does this envelope filter do?
Yeah, totally.
I don't know if y'all ever figured that one out, but
I don't know.
It's
I
just,
remember.
it's like EQ, right?
yeah, it's basically, it's like a wah-wah.
Yeah.
But I had loaned you all the Flonk Beta, which is maybe one of the
Yeah.
more complicated ones I could have loaned you.
Oh, it was, I mean, it's like, it responds to dynamics. Once I understood
Yeah.
that, I got it. That's a fun pedal.
Yeah, that's why the guy who bought it from me, who then just turned his bass volume down, complained that it didn't work. And I said, well, that's because you're not giving it any input. You stupid idiot. So, Jenna, do you want to talk about the pedals you have on your board now?
Sure. What do I have? I have the David Foster Wallace.
By Brian Sprack at Bookworm Effects.
Yeah,
Hi, Brian.
Hi. The Boss. Is it Boss?
Yeah.
Synth? The synth
Yeah.
pedal.
Yeah, that's the SY one. I love that pedal. It is so much more. I love the Enzo by Maris because it can do so much. But for plug and play kind of synth, like a litany of synth sounds, the SY ones I think impossible to beat.
Yeah. It's great. I love it.
I'm glad.
I have the Chemist.
That's the Matthews Effects Chemist, and it is 3 effects in one. It is an octave, a chorus, and I believe a phaser. And between that and the SY1, you have the Monda Green by Old Blood Noise Endeavors.
Yes.
That's a delay with modulation on it.
What else do I have hooked up?
The Visitor by OB&E for sure. We're just all like leaning over, like, what's on Jenna's board?
I see the L is on there. It doesn't,
the L.
doesn't look
L.
hooked up, but
It's not
you
hooked up,
use
but
it
I've
pretty
done
often.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Big Ear Effects L. It's a lightly modulated reverb. You have the Minim by Old Blood up there as well, and the Visitor by Old Blood.
I got the Get Offset pedal.
One of the Get Offset pedals, one of 2 Mezzo Effect Ohm pedals. One of 3 actually that has the cat design on it, the Princess Carrie Fisher design. There are 2 that were in black. Mine's the matte black. There was another shiny black out there in the world. It's a nice little overdrive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you play that through your Champ amp, which is back here,
Yes.
with the blue Tolex.
Yes.
Is the X2 or the XD? X2.
X2, yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, that amp has built-in effects, so you've really always used, like, some semblance of effects.
Yeah. I would definitely mess around with the effects on there sometimes. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the Champ X2 and XD were really underrated as far as amplifiers go. I think they sound great. I think the voicings, like, there are winners and not so great ones in there as far as the amp voicings, but I think for the most part, there's a lot of usable sounds in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Also, it's really nice that I can hook it up to my computer for like quick demos. So
Yeah. Is the outputs on the back, or is it
Yeah.
a USB kind of thing, or
Yeah,
is
it's
it
a
just-
USB.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. I don't think mine has that, which is funny because you have the X2 and I have the XD. And when I came for my tryouts, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have that amp too, but yours is cuter."
Yeah, anytime I've like played with the effects on Jenna's amp, I really like the chorus effect on like built into the amp. It sounds pretty good, and the like the reverb built in is really
Yeah.
like washy and nice.
yeah, I'd usually
Nice.
use at least reverb. So
I think it's like a digital spring, but it sounds really good.
It does.
Yeah. I was just playing with some analog spring reverbs. Have those demos up this week, hopefully.
Nice.
hopefully I don't have to refilm them. This week I filmed a demo for, this weekend I should say, I filmed a demo for the Dan Electro Spring King Spring Reverb. And that's the one that got yeeted over the fence.
Dang.
Man, you just know that thing made a hilarious sound when it landed, though.
But it's fine. It works.
It works. It works. Well, those things are kind of made. One of the things that people love about real analog spring units is that you can kick them and they make this crashing noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, this one has like a little like foot. Like it's a pad where you're supposed to like tap on the pad, and I was like hitting it with my hand. It wasn't doing anything, so I just picked it up and kind of dropped it. I'm like, just kick the pedal, dude. Like this is not the little foot tappy thing. Didn't really do it. I don't think it sounds better than my spoilers. I don't think it sounds better than the Surfy Bear spring reverb unit that I have, which is another. When I say analog spring, I mean there's actually springs. It's a very large pedal, and there are actually springs in the box that make the reverb effect.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool, honestly. But the Surfy Bear one, you can have two settings. So it's like the how much reverb. So you can have just a little bit on one setting and a lot on the other. And it has more controls. I think it's actually quite a bit smaller. There are some downsides that I discussed in the video. Watch the video. It should be up this week. Yeah. Unless I really mess something up. Which I will probably know. Then ignore it.
Shh, nothing happened.
What video?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll just refilm it. At this point, like if I start to edit it and it sucks, I'm just like, I'll refilm it. I have tomorrow off.
Yeah.
We're recording this on the 4th of July.
July the 4th.
Yes. So let's play a game. Y'all want to play a game?
What?
Sure.
What game?
I like games.
Do you like 20 questions?
No, I hate that game.
I wanted to play 20 questions, Dan. Don't you want to play 20 questions? You first. You get to go first. Pick a.
So I ask questions of y'all?
No, we ask questions of you.
That's not how it works.
Yes, it is.
We're just trying to figure out what Dan does.
Yeah, Dan has a secret activity that nobody. Well, that some people. Wait, bring up your list of clues.
Okay.
Oh, yes. So this is a very, very inside baseball for the band, and Rick looks very confused.
No.
What sponsor? We actually don't have a sponsor this week. If you would like to sponsor the Get Offset podcast, please reach out to us. We have quite reasonable rates and always fun sponsorship spots. Get Offset podcast for your sponsorship needs.
Adopt a podcast.
Adopt a podcast. No, I actually, it's Rude Tech Electronics, Nashville, Tennessee. Rude Tech Electronics. Right now, their big pedal is the 3-muff 14. It is 3 Russian big muffs in one with a litany of tonal capabilities that are actually really easy to dive into and adjust and get sounding really good. I love it. I hate fuzz pedals, and I love this pedal.
Nice.
Yeah. So use the code GetOffset at checkout at Rudetech Effects to get free domestic shipping that's in the United States or discounted international shipping. And please also check out their Ain't Afraid cancer fighting fuzz. It's a cool pedal. You can buy the kit, and if you buy the kit, not only are you giving money to cancer charities. I believe it's Jessie Zazu's from Those Darlin', her foundation. Yeah. So, but if you buy the kit, you are also able. Jesse from Rude Tech is able to donate a kit for his workshops that he has with Rock Camp of Middle Tennessee, where he teaches the children how to solder their own pedals. So it's a really great thing Jesse does. If you want to buy the assembled one, it's a little bit more expensive, but then a portion of the proceeds go to Jessie Zazu's cancer fighting charity. She sadly died a few years ago after a really major fight. She was very young, and you should listen to Those Darlings because they were a great band, and she was a great musician. Yeah. Sorry to bring that down, but I would implore you to. It's also great sounding fuzz. I did a demo, so check it out. Dan has a secret activity. We had to move our band practices for Dan's secret activity, but Dan refuses to tell us what the activity is because it's a secret, even though it's not really a secret.
Yeah, he said he's actually proud of it.
He's actually
Yeah.
really proud of it.
I have the facts right here on my
Jenna
phone.
has the
Very
facts.
proud.
We have
You
the
can
facts.
Make your guesses in the comments of what
Yeah.
Dan's secret activity is.
Yeah, give us some ideas.
Okay.
Also, I think it's educational.
We've
Is that
already
in
played
there?
20
Yes,
questions.
okay. Here's the facts.
We've played 40 questions.
Okay, it's important, very important. Educational. It's every Wednesday night.
Every other Wednesday?
Every other Wednesday.
Every
other
other Wednesday night. Okay. Well,
Okay.
now I have to change that.
Getting our facts straight.
Change that lyric in the song that Jenna's writing about Dan's secret activity.
Some people in Seattle know.
It's true.
Very prideful. There's no reason it's a secret. So,
No reason, right? That's true.
There's no reason
That's,
it's secret.
yeah, it doesn't need to be a secret.
Dan's partner knows, but is not a participant.
But we might tell us if
Might
we
tell
ask.
us.
Right, yeah.
Dan's friend Ian doesn't know.
Ian doesn't know.
It could be soccer, but
Maybe, but
But it was denied?
it'd have to be educational soccer. My guess was he's just in a soccer league,
Soccer camp.
it's team oriented.
which is why I thought soccer league. But educational?
Oh, it's soccer's education.
I mean, any activity can
Okay,
be
then I just think it's
educational.
I just think he's playing intramural soccer.
It said that me and Isaac would enjoy it, but Emily wouldn't enjoy it. And
But then he
I
changed his
wouldn't
mind.
enjoy it.
And then he changed his mind and said that she would probably enjoy it because Emily was like, "What do you mean I wouldn't enjoy it? You can't. How do you? You don't know me.
You don't know me. You don't know my life, Dan. Should I make the joke I made in practice in front of my husband? We've shared a bed, Dan. On tour at the Red Roof Inn.
It was a large bed.
It was not.
It was a tiny bed.
But somehow we did not touch the entire evening, which made me very happy. Because Dan once told me he's a flailer. I was worried about that.
I move around a bit. Yeah. Very
You
bold.
said flail.
I flail around a bit.
Flail. He said flail.
More like fail.
Ooh.
At?
Just an epic fail.
Are there more clues, or is that the end of the
no, that
clues?
was all the clues. Yeah,
That's all the clues. So put your guesses in the comments, and Dan will probably lie about whether or not.
No,
they
that's
are
the
right.
other thing too, is that I've agreed to say if they guess it.
Really?
They asked if I would tell.
Yeah.
So I
And
guess
said, yeah, sure.
Is it an
guess it.
intramural sport?
No.
I guess it's not soccer. I said it could be soccer because it was iffy.
But he would confirm it, right?
Is
I
it
would- I would confirm.
is it a
Okay.
class?
No.
But it's educational.
Very much.
But it's not a class.
I mean, you could call anything educational. So it's like,
It's not a formal class.
see, that's what I mean. Okay, but it is a
So
class.
there are no grades.
There's no grades.
There's no grades. Is it
Pass or
pass
fail?
fail?
Yes.
But like more emotionally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emotional pass fail.
At the end, will you have created something that you can take home?
At the end, I'll have created home.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay.
Is it an educational seminar about buying your first home?
No. That's all you get for now. Leave your guesses.
Those were your 20 questions.
This has been your 20 questions.
This has
Were you
been your
keeping track?
three.
Brought to you by...
This has been your 3 questions brought to you by Rude Tech Electronics, based out in Nashville, Tennessee. Use the code GetOffset at checkout to get free domestic shipping.
These have been your 3
Surprisingly
questions.
smooth.
Support this podcast by going to patreon.com/getoffset and choosing a tier. We accept little as $1. However, you need to know $1 doesn't help much. Please do $5.
Yeah.
So please don't.
I'm in.
Oh, wait, no, you have to take like
No.
you have to take like
This
a
is
like a
monthly
quarter.
deal.
Well,
What?
I
I'm
mean,
in. I'm a patron.
no,
No.
but for the actual
It's titty money now. It's in my tits.
yeah, she
You
got
don't get
This
it
is what
back.
happens when you support the podcast.
well, you only
All
get
of
like
our Patreon money every month just goes into stuffing my bra. My tits aren't actually this big. My husband is so He's just so mortified.
I'm trying to visualize it too because you get like cents, like you get like 65 cents per $1. So like it's actually like quarters.
It's really cooling, and it helps regulate.
If you dance around, it's just like.
I'm gonna learn how to do the belly roll trick with the quarters.
That I've seen before at some
I've
point,
seen it too.
and it's very wild.
It's like when you look at it, you're like, that doesn't seem impressive, and then you think about it, and you're like, well, I can't do that.
Like, how are you controlling your internal organs? Like
your
that?
abdominal muscles, so like individually.
Your
like
intestines are literally like making for a trail.
I think I saw Prince's ex-wife do that on Leno once.
Wow.
Wow, she was a belly dancer. Professionally.
Wow.
Hey, Rick, I have a question for my husband. Remember that episode of MasterChef we watched last night, and then at the end on television, the bride had like this style microphone, and it was really dented? Is this more or less dented than that one?
Oh.
It's pretty close.
It's actually pretty close. And I was wondering, how on national TV did a microphone that looked like that get on television?
Wait, we're not on
Wait.
But there's cameras.
We're on...
I thought we were on Fox.
What?
We're on... That's E-News.
We're on the Get Offset network.
Yes. This is not Pornhub. I understand the confusion.
Yeah, you might be able to get like more monetization on there. I've honestly been curious if people who people who make content that like they swear a lot or like talk about stuff that isn't deemed because YouTube like tries to make everything like true crime or like anything like that. It's really hard to make on YouTube because it's if they hear like the word knife while you're like doing a 10-minute video, they'll just like not pay you for it.
That's not true.
Yeah.
It's there are actually levels. You self-submit a rating for every video you do after a while.
Oh,
so you say
5
like,
stars.
like the big one for us is always profanity.
Yeah.
And, in some videos there's no profanity. So I select no profanity. And some there's light profanity, which is like this, where, you would say, light profanity in the title, the description, or the first 5 minutes or 32 minutes or so of the video. And then like based on the level of like profanity or complex topics. So I think true crime is probably just a complex topic.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a guitar podcast.
Yeah. Pretty complex.
I thought this was true crime.
Do you want to talk about true
Let's
crime,
turn it
Dan?
into true crime.
Yeah, Dan, what did you do?
I need to.
Are you ready to come clean?
I need to unbooby trap my snare drum. That's what I'm realizing.
Oh, we did talk about crime.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Dan's
saying.
right.
Yeah.
We talked about crime.
Talked
Crime of hunger, crimes of passion.
about fucking around and finding out.
Yeah, we did talk about fucking around and finding out.
That's crime in a nutshell.
Yes.
Well, unless it's done from a place of need.
Some crime.
Some crime is that.
Like storming the Capitol,
Yeah.
having an insurrection.
That's fucking around and finding out
Big fuck around and find out energy there. And a lot of people found out.
that they can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I mean, they could do it. It was easier than they thought, but they couldn't get away with it.
Yeah.
They could do it, but there were consequences. Oh no, not the consequences of my own actions.
Oh, no.
I never had that.
What?
Some of those people, you look at them and you're like, you've never had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because they were literally just like role playing.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a
straight
big
up.
LARPing.
Yeah, it's just. They just
I mean,
took
yeah,
the
kind
LARP
of.
too far.
It was really LARPing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
The worst LARP.
Oh gosh. Well, that's what, did you watch the HBO thing about QAnon?
Yeah.
Well, it was
Wait,
like,
about QAnon?
yeah.
I haven't watched it.
No.
It was like Q Into the Storm. I recommend it.
Oh, wait. Was it about the Capitol? Like it was a
It
lot
was
of
like
two
the
different
last,
things.
in the last
Yeah.
episode, spoiler alert for
Oh, it's a
QAnon to the
series, okay.
Storm, one of the guys says it started as a LARP. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like one of the
That
guys
makes sense.
where it's like the suspicion that it's he and his son who created the whole thing, said, it started as a LARP.
Yeah.
So if you think that they are the ones who started QAnon or like ran QAnon, then it makes sense that you would think that it probably started as a LARP. But if you don't think they started QAnon, you're like, maybe, well, what the fuck do they know?
I like to imagine a LARP where all the skills are like, ooh, yeah, I'm level 50 at racism.
Oh my god.
I'm a level 80 fascist.
Yeah.
Also, level 40 warlock.
I really love ink pen, so I'm like level 80 ink pen. That's a QAnon thing.
Oh.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah.
What is ink pen? What is ink pen?
Well, he would the Q would have
Oh.
pictures of an ink pen to like as proof that he was where he said he was, or that it was the same person.
What?
So there were like some really expensive ink pens or like rare ones. So I guess that was like
Okay.
I just use a Squire ink pen.
yeah. It's like the Squire of ink pens or the Tuna Tones of ink pens.
Mm.
It's like if I brought my tuna on tour, it would be impossible to sell. Like if somebody stole it.
Yeah.
How do you sell that?
No, I was thinking about that when you were talking about equipment earlier, where like it's like when you have an old car. Like
Yeah.
if someone's buying an old car from you, they want to know like what every little like scratch is. They want to know like
The provenance of it, too.
what happened, because I mean, if it's in good shape, they'll buy it from you, and if it's been well maintained, it's the same thing with a guitar. Like if you just have some random guitar that you stole and it's really fancy, and they're like, oh, why is there a scratch on this? And you're like, I don't know, I just got it that way. Like people aren't gonna really take that.
Well, they might, but like, I like you don't have to account for every like dang in it.
Yeah.
But I know somebody who has an amplifier that they think was one of the few amplifiers played by a very, very, very famous and deceased guitarist. And they were like, we are pretty sure that this is that person's amp, but we cannot prove provenance.
Ugh.
Yeah, like
That's a hard spot to be in.
there are pictures of it. Like everything else seems to check out, but like we're pretty sure. But it's like I think this is that person's amplifier, but I could never sell it as that person's amplifier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes it's like, oh yeah, like this was Kurt Cobain's DS1. I'm like, well, yeah, but you don't actually have proof that it was. Like you can tell the story, but then you have another letter from Kurt Cobain's guitar tech who says, no,
Yeah.
this weren't it. The same guy keeps trying to sell Kurt Cobain's DS1 on eBay.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not really it. Don't buy Kurt Cobain's DS1 on eBay. It's a lie.
That's the moral.
It
of
started
this
as a
episode.
LARP.
It started as a LARP. Dan's right. It did start as a
Everything
Yeah.
LARP.
starts as a LARP.
Everything starts as a fucking LARP.
I mean,
Or a lark.
A lark?
Could easily be a lark.
What does a lark look like?
A meadow lark?
Yeah.
can you give us an impression? What does it look like?
Why are drummers the best at sound effects?
But what does it look like? Like, does it?
What? That's what it sounds. I can't. What do you? I don't know how. It
You're
looks like a
on
bird.
camera. Just
You're also on microphone, so that was actually a problem. We do get slightly more down. We actually get significantly more audio downloads than video downloads.
oh.
Make sure you put hashtag Audubon Society in this one.
Like the German Autobahn, where there's no speed limit.
Yeah, it's where they look for birds.
On the Autobahn?
Yeah, the Audubon Society. No, not on the highway.
Put hashtag Cinnabon Society.
Hashtag Cinnabon.
Did I ever tell you all about the time I met Ann from Auntie Anne's Pretzels?
What?
No.
I really did.
Okay, those are my favorites.
I mean, she's from Philly, right? And when I was in New York, someone who lived in my building was from Philly, and she invited us to this big pumpkin carving party in her hometown. And so we went. We took the Bolt bus or whatever to Philly, and we had a lot of fun. And then there was the night of like the pumpkin carving thing, and she had been telling us. So my best friend, his aunt is actually Auntie Anne.
Wow.
And I have confirmed this by looking up her picture, and it was the same person who was introduced to me as, this is so-and-so's Aunt Annie. And I was just like, I'm looking at her, I'm like, this has to be the richest person I've ever met.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Has to be
Has to be.
Right?
Yes.
an icon.
I mean, she's the owner, I assume.
I would hope.
But
I would hope. Well, I think it's about time for us to wrap up this lovely recording session. Where can people find our music, Jenna?
It's on Bandcamp, on Spotify, iTunes, most of the streaming places.
Also,
Tidal.
you can buy it.
Yeah, you can buy it on donutsounds.com.
You can buy it at select record stores in the Seattle area. You can
Just
also
not the
send
tapes.
not the tapes.
Not the
Not
tapes
yet.
I'm
yet.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Maybe
No
someday.
tapes, sorry.
We have CDs and vinyl.
Yeah, we just have glue.
We got some music videos
We
on
got some glue for
YouTube.
you to huff.
Yeah, we don't have
Some
tape. We have
glue.
glue.
We got glue.
We have to glue everything on the walls.
We also have shirts. Do sales of the vinyl go anywhere
Yeah.
good?
Yeah, we still haven't like hit our first threshold of donating 50% because our first 100 record sales, we're donating 50% of what you're paying. So $10 of the $20 record.
Yeah.
It goes straight to a charitable cause.
The Washington Therapy Fund.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we love therapy. I love therapy. Do you love therapy?
I love therapy.
I love therapy.
It's a good thing.
Yes, we all love
Yes.
therapy.
And my record, well, not my record. Sundae Crush's record.
Jenna,
My
it's fine, you can
record.
say that. I mean,
just
Dan and I did not record on the record.
Not on it.
Yeah, but it's
But we
still
brought
just
the
weird
songs
to
to
say
life.
my record. But Sundae Crush's record is dedicated to my therapist.
Yes, that was the my.
Yes, that
Yes.
was the my I was looking for.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is the my you were looking
This is
for.
dedicated to Sunday Crush's therapist.
Does anybody else have anything they want to shout out? Dan, maybe your Secret Wednesday activity?
Yeah, I would just like to say that Secret Wednesday activity is tune in next time to find out.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Wow.
Bitch!
We're going to guess
My
it.
clips.
Okay.
My bad. I should have put a limiter on my track.
Whatever.
Isaac.
Anything I want to shout out?
Yes.
Supernova. If you live in Seattle,
Yes.
Yeah.
hit Supernova. Jenna and I went there yesterday, and it's a really cool spot. Bring earplugs.
Rick asked if he should bring earplugs to this.
I mean,
yell.
we are pretty loud.
He's used to me yelling.
I just like to shout out like personal space because the pandemic's over,
Yeah.
kind of, and the masks
Here,
are
it's
coming
pretty
off.
over.
But you
Here.
still don't need to get really close to people.
No, you can
You know?
you can
No.
back the fuck
You can
up a
still-
little bit.
No.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you should. Well, we have 1 minute remaining, so Jenna, is there anything you want to say real quick?
No, that was it.
All right.
I'm good.
Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for understanding. Until next time, my name is Emily.
My name is Jenna.
My name's Isaac.
My name's Emily. Dan.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
But on purpose.